Leos, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for June 13th through the 19th, 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below because the signs are different. All right, so Leo, this week we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to look at 4 key areas for you. We're going to look at yourself. We're going to look at your relationships. We're going to look at your work and also your finances. So these are the often most asked about areas, which is why we're going to cover those. And then at the end, we're going to do an overview looking at whatever other areas stand out to us and kind of wrap up the reading. So let's go ahead and start with yourself. This is going to be your sun this week, which is the ruler of your chart. Still at the top of the chart, so there's a lot of focus this week still, I think, on your career or your productive life, which is great. You guys are probably still thinking quite a bit about that too, which is that Mercury up there as well. But yeah, this is also a high point. Now your energy levels are kind of mixed because you've got Mars here at the bottom of your chart. This is more reflective of your motivational levels, but your self-expression, all this in the area of productivity. So I think it's still great to be cultivating your career, putting energy into that and whatnot. And that was the location of the last new moon. So it's such a good area for you to challenge yourself here. All right, whatever that might mean for you personally. And then we are approaching a full moon on Monday morning of next week. So this could be a high point with a lot of the stuff that you do cultivate or work towards with your career or productive life this week. Now, in terms of your relationships, this is going to be seen by Saturn, who rules your 7th house, and he's down here at the bottom of your chart. So with this, Saturn's going up to Neptune this week, who's actually in your 7th house of relationships. So there might be uncertainty, there might be doubts, there might be haze, there might be fog about relationship stuff. Maybe as there has been since last November, or for those of you who have shifted in your relationship sector in some way since November, this is helping you have more presence with your relationship life and understanding that there's a much larger picture at work here. So whatever that might mean for you personally, again, but I think having presence, having acceptance for the divine process, understanding there's a much larger picture at work here can help everything be nice and balanced with this. And again, you guys are learning so much about relationships with Neptune retrograde in your seventh house ruler retrograde, etc. Now, one thing I do want to mention about that, though, is that Neptune is going direct on Monday. Retrograde, and that's actually sometimes a good thing because the retrograde energy can lower that confusion and doubt of Neptune, at least make it more internalized, which is more natural. So there might be this week some awareness about relationships, and that could be good, but I think it's more on the internal level, more about your intuitive knowing, right? And just being patient with all of that, I think, will be important as well. Now, as we go into, let's see, the next sector, we're going to look at your work. So this is going to be involving, again, that 10th house, which, again, is all part of this new beginning, a great area for you to challenge yourself, etc. Saturn does also rule your 6th house. So when it comes to the work stuff, particularly on the day-to-day level, there might be doubts. There might be uncertainty. And this is the nature of this. There's something larger here, and it's important that we don't superimpose our own perspective on it. We allow it to go naturally and really connect to the present moment. Really see maybe how you can even give and contribute through your work, through your relationships, develop your relationships at your work perhaps. All of that can help keep everything present, and there could, again, be maybe some intuitive awareness about that regarding your work. Now, as we go into the finances, this is going to be seen by Mercury, which is that 2nd house. And Mercury's at the top of the chart. So likely the financial stuff has been in this sort of high point, you could say, or more visible point. And that's nothing's changing with Mercury. He's not forming any aspects this week. So that's moving forward. And I think a lot of it, too, is where you can gain more income from your work. See where you can change your work, restructure your work, do some things here with the mind and really get in there and analyze it and see maybe there are some new ways for you to cultivate income from work. And that's going to be a big theme next month and next week even, once these planets go into your 11th house. There is going to be that shift of the 11th, which is more of the value you derive from your work. But now it's still such a good time to just focus on that and cultivate that nonetheless. All right, so that's the key areas. Now in terms of the overview, let's go and see what we haven't covered yet. There's that Neptune retrograde on Monday. Venus is going to be squaring up to Chiron, so there could be some healing maybe taking place with your career sector, in fact. maybe some wounds about this, maybe your public image or something like that at work. So just be open to healing and accept these wounds, because a lot of this is what's going on an internal level, not so much on the external when it comes to the wounds. So if you're feeling inadequate, insecure about it, accept them, accept these feelings, and through that you'll find that rejuvenation, which can then help you feel rejuvenated throughout the rest of the week. Now, the sun will be sextiling up to Uranus, so you guys could be feeling a bit expressive, and there might be something new and something different on Tuesday to mix things up. Your ruler sextiling Uranus ain't bad, and that could be something maybe exciting or just a new something or other, depending on your personal chart. It could, since Uranus is transiting your 8th house, it could just be deeper, connection, or you're understanding deeper truths about life or what really matters to you. It might be regarding your work as well. Now, as we go into Wednesday, the sun squaring up to Chiron is going to be showing this healing energy again, particularly with yourself. And so again, acceptance is really key with that. That can help you heal any wounds around self, around your self-expression, doubts, whatever it might be this week. Because that's how it is from time to time. We got to do that healing work. Then that Friday, Saturday, Saturn squaring up to Neptune, again, working with that uncertainty that I talked about earlier, particularly in those key areas. And then that full moon, which is going to be around the cusp between your 4th house of home and health and your 5th house of self-expression. So this weekend, it's so good, I think, to maybe spend some time at home, maybe cultivate your home life, your health, and also your self-expression, your fun, playful side. And through that, it'll, I think, be setting the stage for that full moon, which is going to be, again, this high point with those areas and awareness, how you can bring in a bit more of that playfulness of the 5th house and emotional energy into your life from the 4th. All right, so Leos, have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.